Welcome, Guardians, and today, let's talk Destiny. Today's going to be a different video than what my normal videos are, and then today I'm going to want to talk just about what Destiny can do to improve things. And today's, I guess we can call it, if we're going to do this as a series, today we're going to talk about the tower, and the town, and the city below us, the last city on Earth. The last remnants of where humankind and everything survives. This is the last stand that we have, and us Guardians are protecting. And yet we know almost nothing about it. So I want to talk about all these different things that I think Destiny can improve on and add on, especially since there's not going to be huge expansion packs, and I think this is something that they need to add, especially if we're going to go into a Destiny 2. This is something that needs to be there. Now to start off, we don't really know anything about this city. This city, as far as we know, we're the Guardians who sit up here and we protect it. Why? Because it's the last city on Earth. That's it. That's all we know about it. That's about it. We don't get to go down there. We don't know the people. Nothing. But yet, in all the lore, Guardians used to always walk the streets, walk down there, talk among the people, and get to know them. And we get to find out things. And there's even several towers out in the distance. But yet, we know almost nothing about this place. So why? Why is that? What I want to do, and I want the Destiny to do, is I want Destiny to be able to allow us to walk down there. Take us down, make a little elevator thing, something we can just go down, a little plaza of some sort, just kind of how like they had the lighthouse. Make a little small area that they can do, it's not going to take long, and where we can either take quests, where we can do things, where we can just grab little small things where like, hey, you know, I want to try to be part, I want to help do something, I want to help defend the wall. Besides, there's even Titans and other Guardians that are supposed to be defending these walls for us, you know, while we're out and about exploring and pushing the darkness away, but yet we don't even talk to those people. So we'll add a thing where we can go into these walls right here, where we can look over the city even more, or into the beautiful landscape. Like there's beautiful, beautiful architect back there, and the land how it forms, but we almost never see it. Only when we go see Iron Banner can we see these lovely things. So let us go out, let us see more of this world that Destiny created. They want us to be in there, so let us do it. So I want to see a small area that we can go into this town. We can take small little quests, you know, talk to people, maybe someone, you know, something, you know, maybe they want to have a spare, maybe they want to be part of this, maybe they want to figure out how they can be helpful to the Guardians. Help us do a quest where we can get someone into the tower to help us, you know, and they become someone small who, like, you know, who talks to the people for us and do other things. So we can know what they want, what they need. Do us little things like that. And then as for us, make another little section where we can just go onto the wall where there's other Guardians, where there's Titans, there's Warlocks, there's Hunters, making sure that the perimeter of the city is safe. And let us be able to do something there, you know, where we can like do scout missions for them to figure out where the Fallen are. Because we know, even in one of the missions, the House of Kings are still a threat to us into the city. So maybe they can even do like a huge event. For like example, Mortal Kombat has a huge thing for the whole community where you're all in different clans and who fights it out. You know, it happens almost on a weekly basis. I'm not saying we need to have a weekly basis kind of thing, but maybe once a month, twice a month, there could be assault on the city. And, you know, the way we can help on that is that as a community, if we get like 1,000 scout missions complete, you know, we'll know more about the Fallen and stuff like that. And when we come into the tower, we have an option to go down there and protect the wall. And it can be like a little waves mini game kind of thing where we just, you know, sit on the wall, or we can jump down there and, you know, defend the city. Give us some things that we can do. These small little things that doesn't take much work to do, but adds so much more to the game. Brings us closer together. You know, and you see these people, you see these robots up here, and you don't get to interact with them. We don't know anything about them. How do these, you know, people get up here to actually hang around with the Guardians and things like that? You know, what are their stories? What are their backgrounds in it? You know, they talk to us, they always tell us, oh, we don't have time or anything like that. But that's it. That's all we get from these guys. Lastly, you know, we got the tower up here. You know, we have the big man in charge, you know, this guy, this speaker way up here. You know, the man in charge here, he's our guy. He's supposed to be the voice of the traveler. And we don't even know what this is. Is this supposed to be like, you know, a hospital kind of thing where we're like keeping track of the traveler, how if it's still alive or anything like that? And, you know, he's supposed to have all this knowledge, supposed to have all these different things. And it's in this library, you know, this is just part of it. His other libraries, you know, through the different doors. Maybe they can put Grimoire in there, you know, do small little things. And hell, out of a, you know, just leaf out of someone like Bethesda's pocket, when we go into loading screens, maybe have something like a Fallen, you know, a 3D model of Fallen where we can kind of spin it around, just like in Skyrim and Fallout 4 and all these other, you know, Bethesda games. And just have something like on it where it's like, give us a description of their home world, like they're from Blink, whatever. Their home world's mostly water, very similar to Earth or whatever, it is. And that's one thing you can have right there that gives us, even more detail about the enemies that we're fighting. And then maybe on another one you can still have Fallen on it and be like, they can survive almost anywhere because they don't really require too much to live anywhere. They just need the servitors who feed them ether, and that's it, and a little bit of oxygen, and pretty much they can survive anywhere. Have more details into this. And another thing they can do is with our factions here that we care so much about, and some of us put a lot of time into and throw all of our resources in there just to level them up. Give us side quests with them, make them do something. New Monarchy, they want you to talk to the people, they want to get the people to like them, vote for them, do all these different things. Well, do quests when you have to go down to this little city area that you're part of. As your faction, one of the quest lines you can do is talk and help out the people, so that way they like your faction. It gives you faction reputation. Dead Orbit, maybe you want to try to go down to the city and try to recruit people who want to go exploring deep space. Future War Cult, find people who want to get ready to, who are, suit for war, start training them. You can do all these side quests and stuff like that you can have here for these, for your Guardians, for us to have more time into, to feel more included into this game. And then you can even build onto that, where like Dead Orbit, you can get into your ship and you can go fly, maybe just a small little quest line where you go to like 4 different destinations, scan a few different things, and you get some more reputation for them because now you're getting more, this and that. When you go to Saturn and stuff like that, Saturn's rings, these are just some things I'm thinking about, you can just do that are small things that, give us a little bit of extra quest line to give us more time to play this game and give us more love and care and cherishness for this game. It's just these small little things I think that could really add up and make Destiny a huge thing. And one of the other things I want to say is like loading screens, okay, just to make them more fun. Or you know what, for sure, loading screens, our ships, we all complain about, let us, design our own ship, let us color our own ship, let us add our shader to our ship so our ship can look differently than others, make us, our own inner thing. I agree with that. We need to have that, but I think we can build onto that even more. When we go to orbit, we just sit here and all we do is you go straight into orbit and we go into our ship. What if we had a little thing where we actually go, we do the little countdown, we go in there, but instead of just floating and seeing our ship floating in the sky, we can walk around in an area of our ship, and each ship is different. You can have it, and even if Bungie wants to be simple about this, you can have just 4 basic designs of all the different ships. They all have the same interior, but let's say if you have your faction ship, it has different things of your faction inside of it. There's banners of New Monarchy or Future War Cult or Dead Orbit, and if you have an Iron Banner one, you have some like inside there can be trophies, and not just for Iron Banner, but for any of your ships. There's a little segment that shows like your achievements that you've done, and like I don't mean like PlayStation achievements or Xbox achievements. I mean like you can go in there and it says how many kills you've actually done, how many precision headshots, what's your accuracy. Have little things like that are in the game that's for free. It's kind of like the book that we currently have from Everest, Tess Everest, that's her name, that we can do, and that should have been free, by the way. But moving on from that point, small things like that where we can just have in our ship. And our ship, we can kind of have our own little special kind of thing, how we feel. And maybe when you're in a part, in a group, you can all kind of like jump into each other's ship or whatever and things like that. Or maybe when you're in the tower, you can go into the ship bay down there and just go in there and you can show your friends all the different stuff that you have and stuff like that. And then when you're in the ship, there's like a map that you can choose. There's just a big map and you can choose your destination from there. It'll do the loading screen, like instead of just going us through a wormhole, it can start loading as it shows our character like move to the pilot seat, jump on there, punch in the coordinates, and it can have a little conversation with our ghost or whatever. Or even right then and there, it can show us in a first person view with the wormhole stuff going in the background. And then our ghost can be like, fun fact, I was looking up on the library, speaker's library, and I found this, and he can put up a little hologram of like the Fallen, like I was saying earlier, and talk about it. And then he's like, oh, we're approaching our destination. He can close it off, and it shows us in first person instead of just a third person of all the ships, and just showing us go down into it. Give us something that's a little more detailed. Why we're actually, if we're gonna have to deal with loading screens that are so long, give us a little more detail into them. That would make, for me personally, that would just be amazing. Also, something that they were gonna do originally, where a fire team member joins you, you can see their ship fly down, drop them off. That alone is just something I really am like depressed. I know it's something so small, but it's something I'm so depressed about, because that could have been so cool just to see these things. But as you see, here's our shift. They're just kind of going down, but we don't know anywhere they are. Give us another little elevator that goes down, and we can just go into our ship. It's, for example, just kind of like a GTA kind of thing, where you just go on your D-pad and it says go to your like shipyard or whatever. You can have an option to go down to shipyard or down to the city, and these have these little small areas where you can like go into our ship. And when you're in a party, then it's a bigger shipyard, and it just shows all your friends' ships, so you can go into them with their permission and stuff like that. I think that kind of stuff would be just amazing. And we have a small little bar thing, but no one even uses it. Make it a little more social kind of thing down there. Make us be able to like post our own little kind of things on there, or some sort of thing, like or maybe let's go back to the whole thing I was saying before, where every week there's a thing like that on the little post board over here. And I'll get down there a little bit faster. I just been walking slowly around. Over here you can see this hunter's throwing knives. There's a map and stuff like that. Make a little poster board or some crap that's going on right here. Okay, and you can click on it and you can see like, hey, this month we've only got like 800,000 scouts, and we know the invasion's going to be like in a few days. So that way people can go, oh shit, we need to get more crap, otherwise we're going to go into this battle unknown, things like that. And just be able to like it affects us, where if you defend and do things like that, you get huge rewards. You can get these legendaries, or even a chance at exotics at finding these things like that. Like if you're a Titan for the thing, like let's say you're in the top, I don't know, 20% or something like that, you have a shot at getting and you're a defender Titan, or you don't even have to be a defender Titan, but if you're just a Titan, you go in there and let's say you're within the top 25 people who help defend the city, you have a shot at getting like almost Saint 14. Okay, why? Because we know that Saint 14 was one of the defender Titans who actually pushed forward onto the darkness and defended the city with his life so much and everything like that, and he even pushed into the fallen houses and he almost died, but he got his strength to actually kill one of the captains. It gives a little bit more depth. So when you actually get that item, or even if you already have it now, like when let's say there's like a reprint where it looks more detailed, it gives you more stuff like that. And one of the things it can say is that you've earned it, you've made you put an impression on his name, he'd be proud of you. It gives that, I don't know how to explain it, but basically it makes you feel more connected to the game. It gives you that comfort level. It makes you feel like you're actually part of this universe. Because right now Destiny just feels like you're just playing through it and you're just doing raids and stuff like that just to max the level. Then after that, that's it. There's no in-depth, there's no like feel that I'm connected to this universe. I think they should add that. I think that's one of the things they should do. But that's just my stuff that I think at the tower. If you guys want me to continue this series, I will definitely certainly do. I have a lot of other things that they could do, but I just want to stay focused on this topic of the tower, what they could do in the tower, things like that. I like the fact that we get to see like other Guardians run around and stuff like that. It's nice, it's cool, and seeing these kind of things, maybe I don't know. There's just so many things I'd like to see in this tower that make this a little bit better. Because I feel so disconnected from this world, and I wish there was some more things. And these are just small things that Destiny can easily add and imply in, these small little quest lines and these small things, I think these are the things that would actually help, especially in year 2, the fact that Destiny is going to be slower down because there's not going to be 2 huge expansion packs. I will make a video about that because there's been more information about it. But, it gives us something to do within those times. It gives us something to look forward to. It gives us something to have more motivation to be part of this world. And it makes us actually feel connected to the people down there instead of just this 2D printed image that we just look down upon when we look at this, sphere in the sky. And like, why am I sitting here and, alive because of this thing? Give us some more stuff. I think that'd be great. It gives the Glenmore, it gives the lore into the game. These are small things that this Bungie can add into the game that it shouldn't be that difficult, and it shouldn't be wasting too much resources or anything like that. Hell, I know people who have already spent like almost $300 in total on Tess Everest and stuff like that. Like, they have plenty of money to just add these small little things, take some time out of their day, just to put these things in there. I think it makes the game better. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you agree with me, please like, share. I don't really care for likes, but liking, if you're connected to your Twitter and all this other stuff, it helps share the video. Show these to other things, and hey, if there's other YouTubers who are doing this, send them. I don't know, help me try to contact some of these YouTubers so I can do a collaboration with them, because I know there are a few other YouTubers who have like these same kind of thoughts. But let's get this talking. Let's get this ball rolling. I want these things to be talked about. I want these things to go everywhere. I want Bungie to see these kind of things. I don't care if they're from me or not. I just want Bungie to see that the people, us gamers and everything, want to see these small things, so that maybe they can actually put an effort to do these things. So I know they're putting an effort to do, spare races and all this stuff, because we're asking for more little things. And this is something small they can do. This is another small things that they can do, and it makes the game so much more amazing. It would give us so much more detail into the game. It could so close to the game, to our hearts now. We'd feel connected to this universe. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all on the next video.